Cheryl Swoopes, she can't not try to light a fire involving Caitlin Clark. She can't just be good. She's trolling Caitlin Clark again, this time by celebrating the arrival of Paige.
Cheryl Swoopes just cannot seem to resist trying to spark drama around Caitlin Clark. She can't just let her be great. She's once again trolling Caitlin Clark, this time by hyping up Paige Bueckers. Swoopes just made her latest move after being let go from the WNBA, and this one was loud. Without even saying a word, she strutted onto Gilbert Arenas' podcast wearing a Paige Bueckers t-shirt.
With that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Right.
You asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player said it.
Okay.
Now, was it simply an endorsement of a promising young player? Not exactly. It was a message, a subtle jab at Caitlin Clark, disguised as support for someone else. Let's be real. If there's one thing Swoopes has been consistent about lately, it's her constant efforts to downplay anything Caitlin achieves.
We saw her get replaced during the Fever game for the Dallas Wings commentary team last year because of words and the hate she had towards Caitlin Clark. And it was just one thing after another. I said yesterday, even Stephen A. Smith crushed her last year.
With that said, you big dummies, you're getting paid now. Right, you asked me back. Caitlin, if you're going to break a record, in my eyes, for it to be legitimate, you have to break it within the same amount of time the original player did. Okay? Because let's be honest, the brighter Caitlin Clark shines, the more it rattles some former stars who aren't ready to share the spotlight. Instead of mentoring the new generation, Swoopes chooses the bitter path. She's not passing the torch. She's guarding it like it's her pension.
Caitlin is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA.
Who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlin Clark.
What is she doing wrong? What more do you want from Caitlin Clark? Seriously, what more do you want from her? She's focusing on the game. She lifted her team up, got them to the playoffs, won Rookie of the Year, and then also is denouncing racial tensions when she's asked about it. I'm sorry, I don't see anything more that Caitlin Clark should have done or could have.
But fans aren't stupid. We see the pattern, and it's getting more desperate by the day. Remember when she got pulled from the Fever game commentary last year against the Dallas Wings because of her hateful words towards Clark? It's been one thing after another. Even Stephen A. Smith called her out last year.
She was remarkable on top of the fact that she had to deal with so much hate when she got to the WNBA.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised. And people just having, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
And I love that about her. But to watch the dynamics and the media, they had their narrative. And I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't.
This isn't about uplifting Paige. It's not about growing the game. It's about pushing the tired narrative that Caitlin Clark doesn't belong. And it's getting old fast. Because when Clark enters the league, no matter which team she's on, even with veterans around her, she's not going to be jacking up 40 shots a game.
That's what a lot of these women are doing, is they feel like what we have done for this game, this young player has come into our game, and she's getting way more respect and all that stuff than we are. As she should. The young girl is a baller. The young girl has people watching because of the way she can shoot this basketball like Steph Curry. Steph Curry can't dunk. Steph Curry don't do none of that in the game. He can probably dunk by himself, but he don't really do none of that in the game. He is a shooter, and fans tune in to see Steph.
Caitlin didn't ask for the spotlight. She earned it through record-breaking stats, constant excellence, and a level of poise you can't teach. She didn't rise through media favoritism or political sound bites. She rose because her game demanded it. No gimmicks, no drama, just dominance.
Well, Jax, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummies. Is she getting hyped? Yes.
Yeah.
But she was in the backyard. She was putting in the same time, sometimes maybe more than you were.
Right.
I can't fault her for what she was given.
So yes, the WNBA was growing before Caitlin Clark. Make that abundantly clear. But it was growing incrementally compared to the exponential growth you're seeing.
If you're tired of WNBA vets acting like gatekeepers, drop a CC for MVP in the comments. Because this isn't just petty, it's calculated. And we're not buying it. Caitlin's phenomenal, and she's destined for an incredible career. As for the next face of the WNBA, that's not something we decide. The fans already have. They chose Caitlin Clark. What exactly is Caitlin doing wrong? What more could she possibly do? She's focused on her game. She led her team, got them to the playoffs, won Rookie of the Year, and even handled uncomfortable race-related questions with grace.
Now, I've got a theory. Oh, look at me. I'm not really racist because I'm wearing the white girl's shirt. You see that? But the girl from the Midwest, y'all just happen to hate her.
Sorry, but Caitlin's done everything she should have. And then some. Let's be clear. This beef isn't new.
Only problem with this is, and this has been the problem the whole time with the Paige-Caitlin comparison, Paige is an activist basketball player just like these old WNBA players that's been in the league. All right? They're shilling she's all up in all the social stuff. And so that's why they're letting her in. That's why they're cool with her.
Swoopes has had Caitlin on her radar since long before she ever stepped onto a pro court. This isn't some random misunderstanding or a bad soundbite. It's a steady campaign, a drip of snide comments, criticisms, and cheap shots aimed at dimming Caitlin's well-deserved shine.
The reason that Caitlin Clark is getting all of this attention is because she is an anomaly. She is a phenomenal player, and Paige Bueckers is also a phenomenal player, but it just isn't the same. She doesn't do the same things. She doesn't do the things that have never been seen.
She was phenomenal, despite dealing with an absurd amount of hate entering the WNBA. Honestly, it's tough to imagine what Caitlin endured. Sure, she's cocky, and she's earned the right to be. I love that about her, but the media tried to paint a narrative, and thankfully, it didn't stick.
They enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is. It's an intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. She has it. She's got the thing.
And for Caitlin Clark to have the awareness to drive the eyeballs there, you have to give her so much.
From side eyes during Caitlin's historic college run to trashing her WNBA impact before she was even drafted, Swoopes has been clear about her stance. Remember when she tried to minimize Caitlin's record-breaking NCAA performance? Or when networks pulled her from commentary because of her anti-Clark bias?
Most points by a point guard in a season in WNBA history. Most double-doubles by a rookie guard in WNBA history. Most points by a rookie in WNBA history. Most assists by a rookie in the history of the WNBA. First WNBA rookie to record 2 triple-doubles. First triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history. First triple-double in Fever history. The first player to be named WNBA Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month in the same month. First player in WNBA history with 20 or more points, 15 or more assists, and 5 or more rebounds.
Even Stephen A. Smith had to say, enough is enough. Her behavior undermines the WNBA's growth. It's personal, not professional. This isn't about Caitlin being good. It's about Caitlin being better. Better ratings, better play, better future for the league. And that unsettles people, like Swoopes, who feel overshadowed.
What happened is Caitlin Clark, in her sophomore year and really in her junior year, just started excelling and doing things that nobody had ever seen a female basketball player do. Like, nobody had consistently been shooting these from the logo.
Caitlin's rookie season has already eclipsed some of the most legendary WNBA seasons, including Swoopes' own MVP year. That's not a diss, it's just fact. When your legacy feels threatened, you cling to relevance. And what better way to trend than by throwing shots at the hottest player in the game? And yes, she's getting a lot of hype, but guess what? She put in just as much work, maybe more. Was the WNBA growing before Caitlin Clark? Sure, but it was inching forward. Caitlin's impact has been explosive. Now back to the t-shirt stunt. Swoopes strutting around in a Paige Bueckers shirt isn't just a fashion choice. It's shade. A message saying, I'll support a white player, just not that white player. Come on now, we're not stupid. Fans see through this.
So many players who cite you as an inspiration for their games, including Caitlin Clark, who's just absolutely a phenomenon in college. What's that next step like for her?
You know, next steps, gosh, in this generation, right? You have, I think, just so many more challenges of how to handle yourself as an adult, right? You go through that whirlwind of being a senior in college, transitioning into the W. And then the next step is how to become just an even better leader. And so much of leadership, I think, is listening and learning. And hopefully the more she can get connected to vets in the league and just different people and coaches and anyone that she can glean wisdom from of how to just continue to learn how to be as a connected and inspiring leader as she can be. And a lot of that is walking the walk and not just talking the talk. So she's already on her way, but, you know, continuing to have fun, continuing to anticipate how people are going to try to stop her and being prepared as she can be for now.
Swoopes had never hyped Paige like this before, but once Caitlin starts dominating headlines, suddenly Paige is the new darling? Please, it's painfully obvious. Paige fits the WNBA legacy insider's mold. Politically active, socially aligned, someone they can shape. Caitlin, she's not playing their games, she just plays ball. Hard, relentless, brilliant. Here's a theory. Swoopes is trying to show. See? I'm not racist. Look, I'm wearing the white girl's shirt. But it's fake. She just hates that Caitlin doesn't need their approval. Paige is being used as a pawn here, and it's not fair to her. She's an outstanding player and deserves to stand on her own. Not as a tool for someone's petty feud.
I remember when the WNBA started. I was thrilled. I was a fan. I couldn't believe it was an opportunity for me, a 5'2", 97-pound girl, to go play professional basketball. That wasn't going to happen for me. But the idea that it existed was special to me. And now she's offering that to not just little girls, but little boys as well. She's spread the fan.
Let's not kid ourselves. Caitlin Clark's success is inevitable. No amount of shade can stop it. Cheryl can wear all the shirts she wants. The numbers, the fans, the future are all screaming one name, Clark. People love her style, her swagger, her shooting. She has that thing you can't teach. She's undeniable. Caitlin's success isn't about hype, it's about results. Let's be real. Cheryl Swoopes isn't mad because Caitlin is overrated. She's mad because Caitlin is unavoidable. Caitlin is exposing deep insecurities among those who used to control the spotlight. When someone new walks into the room and naturally commands attention, without begging for it or playing politics,
Won Rookie of the Month 4 times, Eastern Conference Player of the Week 3 times, single-season rookie record for assists, single-season rookie record for three-pointers, single-game record for assists, 19. Franchise record for most double-doubles, three-pointers, career 10 or more assists in a game. Franchise record for most career 10 or more assists in a game. Fastest WNBA player to reach 100 three-pointers. She did it in 34 games. Most assists by a rookie in a WNBA All-Star game, for which she received the most fan votes ever, 700,000 of those. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 150 assists to start a season regardless of years in the league. People will say, pay more attention to the other folks. Like, she couldn't do it herself. You know, LeBron has teammates, Jordan had teammates. I understand.
It makes the old guard nervous. That's exactly what's happening with Swoopes and the old WNBA circle. Most points by a rookie, most assists by a rookie. First rookie with multiple triple-doubles. First Fever player ever with a triple-double. Rookie of the Year and Player of the Month at the same time. Caitlin Clark isn't just good, she's rewriting the record books. Instead of celebrating that, Swoopes is busy pulling petty stunts. But we see it for what it is. It's not uplifting, it's fear, and the fans are too smart to fall for it. Caitlin Clark has done more to elevate the WNBA in one season than many veterans did across entire careers. Sold-out arenas, record-breaking TV ratings, massive merchandise sales. She's sparking a new generation of fans, boys and girls, who didn't even know the WNBA existed before her. That's not hype, that's impact. At some point, we need to admit it. The constant attacks on Caitlin aren't about her flaws. They're about others. Feeling their relevance slip away, Caitlin's already standing shoulder to shoulder with the greats, and in some cases, surpassing them. That's tough to swallow for some, but real legends lift up the next generation, not tear them down. Many players cite Swoopes as an inspiration, Caitlin included. But now that Caitlin's succeeding on her own terms, without fitting the old narratives, it's causing an identity crisis for the league's insiders. Whenever Clark is fouled hard, the story isn't about the play. It's about whether she deserves attention. If it were anyone else, they'd be rolling out the red carpet. Meanwhile, others lose games, throw shade, and still get praised. Why? Because they follow the old rules. Clark doesn't. She just wins. I remember when the WNBA started. It was thrilling. The fact that professional women's basketball even existed was inspiring. Caitlin is now expanding that dream, not just for girls, but for boys too. Let's be honest, Swoopes and others aren't critiquing from a place of mentorship. It's about ego, about control.